Hello everybody, I'm Polly.
And I'm Lucy.
And this is episode 3 of
Create with Mates. Love
episode 3, and that's never getting old.
No.
And somehow we're already on episode 3, which is wild. It feels like we literally just started this.
We've already done 2. That's how maths works.
Wow, that was really good. Episode 1 and 2 are out now on our YouTube, so if you haven't seen them,
please do.
What are you doing? Get on that now. So our third episode, change the flowers on. So I make things up.
I hadn't noticed. But I had noticed your martini.
That's very astute.
And if you're familiar with Polly's YouTube, she's got a load of videos on there.
I did a good video on that.
Of DIY.
DIY, make your own wall art, which was very fun. I did a whole series on bits of martini cocktails.
And he had like really cool music in the background as well.
That was very cool.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Damn, I wish I was that cool. Anyway, slightly different setup just to keep things
fresh,
interesting for the viewers. Of which there are none, but that's fine. We're doing it anyway. So what we're going to chat about today?
Today we're going to be chatting around mindful calligraphy.
And
okay. We're going to be talking about
twist
as well, I know, from this little
I know.
jolly. But also, mindful isn't all about sort of zen and sort of nothing in our mind.
No.
It can be, but there are certain mindful practices. I know this because a few years ago we did quite a few blog posts on mindfulness and really stress and anxiety and how calligraphy correlates to that. So I did quite a bit of research into it.
And I must say, great read.
Oh.
If you're feeling like a read on it, it's really good. They're all on our website now.
It was quite fun to put together, actually.
Yeah, you're good at writing.
Oh, thank you. Words. So I know for sure that, you know, mindful calligraphy is just one certain practice. And I think that that's so nice to sort of delve further into. But we're not going to do that just yet because this is also our little introduction. But we're also going to be talking about, because we like to travel for work, we're going to be talking about where we're heading, where we're going, whether that's the Cotswolds and right opposite back up to Scotland. And then we're also going to be talking about food because
obviously
we love food.
Do you not know by now? This is episode 3. You must know by now.
You do the calligraphy class or the event, you travel about, nosh, 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 and then off we go. See you later.
Nosh, nosh, nosh. Is that a word?
Nosh.
Got to keep
I don't know.
Okay.
But that reminds me of bosh.
Bosh. Anybody want Chinese? Is that niche? I don't know.
It's Big John, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if that's niche or he's like worldwide famous.
He was at the Brits.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think he's pretty mainstream.
Celeb status now.
Yeah. I think
Did he get a Chinese?
Probably, yeah. Anyways, so segueing on for our next little chapter, which is coming up in just a second.
So, mindfulness in calligraphy, maybe something you expect, maybe something you don't, but it's sort of like a buzzword, as you say, but it's not something we've sort of just attached on. It really does happen, and it's nice that it happens organically in our classes, because it's not something you want to force, is it?
Definitely not. And because we've been doing them for quite a while, so I'd say it sort of came about first in like 2018, where people were saying how calming and therapeutic and relaxing it was, and now people are saying all the same things and saying the word mindful. It's just as you said, it's a buzzword, but it does hold quite a lot of meaning, and it does actually do quite a few good things for us. So it's fantastic, and that's one reason why we don't do a specific mindful calligraphy workshop. As you just said, it puts far too much pressure on anybody to get to that state. And I feel like everyone's individual, so it may take varying amounts of time, maybe 20 minutes, and we're starting to go down a few gears, or maybe even an hour and a half, or maybe even towards the end of the class, or 2.5 hours, and then we start feeling those benefits, which is all right, because you get all the kit involved. Yeah. So you can go do 10, 15 minutes.
And that's all it takes.
Definitely.
When you're at home.
Yeah.
Just like 10, 15 minutes. Just get some ink out, pour it into a little pot, and just take that time for yourself, something that's relaxing, and it's got that slow mindfulness thing about it.
It's just a winner-winner, really.
It really is. Yeah. And we do sound like a bit of a broken record in the class when we're saying, slow down, take your time with it. And it sounds like we're just saying that for fun.
Yeah.
But it's true to the fact of your mindfulness side, and the pen won't actually even work unless we slow it right down. So sort of the combination of that, it really does take it all down a peg, and as you say, it just gets into that sort of slower state, which is so nice.
And it's one of those where, just as you already said, it literally doesn't work, and it's so frustrating at the beginning because you think, well, I have a very fast-paced lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You know, I've got lots of things to be doing. I've got like a job and other kids, and it's like, well, I totally get it. But right now, you're in a space now, which is 2.5 hours, where it's just you, or if you're with a mate or anything like that. Let yourself have that time. And honestly, I know you want to you say it right at the beginning. You'll be saving yourself a load of hassle. You'll be doing yourself a favour by just taking it slow at the beginning, and you start to enjoy it so much quicker because you're not sort of fighting with yourself. So it's a calligraphy class, but it's also sort of like it goes quite deep.
It does, because everybody starts off at the beginning and they like can't slow down because if you're writing, usually you're either not writing at all or you're just like scribbling super fast and sort of like illegible.
It's not for fun. And it's like the whole point of like calligraphy is obviously the end result of a lovely card or a lovely tag. Thank you.
That was really good.
Thank you for pointing that
I didn't
there.
expect you to use the props.
I was going to knock over my copy as well. Anyway, so the whole point is obviously to get the end product, but it's also the process, and that's something we do talk about and mention nearly every single workshop. You know, because you don't want to rush it too much because that's half the fun of enjoying yourself and just allowing yourself, as you say, 15, 20 minutes. If you've got longer, amazing. But you don't need to spend like 2 hours every weekend having a go at it. Because it's just a lot.
Yeah,
and you start to feel that.
rather than like, it's been 6 months since I've picked up the pen.
And that's similar with any arts, any crafting things at all. Anything. So it's not even just about calligraphy.
It's any hobby, isn't it?
And painting, drawing, anything like that. 15, 20 minutes. Perfect.
It's something where you can actually make time. It's sort of like realistic instead of like some other hobbies where it's like it takes a lot of preparation.
10,000 hours.
Yeah. You can just kind of pick it up and let it go. Whenever you want, which
and that's
is
the
really
beauty
nice.
of it. And I think that's why the gold and flourishing class that we do is perfect, because it's sort of an intermediate, but we are reflecting and going back on the beginners class. So it's not like we're romping ahead and ahead and ahead and think, well, I haven't picked up a pen in 2 months.
It's a
well,
total like
right.
refresh.
Exactly. And then obviously we're doing a bit of refresh, and then we're actually using the gold, delving into a bit of the gold and the flourishing. This card is fantastic, really useful. Using how to learn the gold and metallics, and that doesn't just mean gold. You can use some pinks, some blues, some greens, whatever's in that colour palette. You've got choice for.
And they all look good as well.
They all do look good. You can't go wrong with it.
Can't.
Definitely not. And I love the flow that gold and metallics
and
brings.
it's so shimmery and sparkly.
It's a whole technique to learn. So unfortunately, you can't be on a beginners and learn the gold, because already there's a handful of stuff to learn on the beginners. But that's what's nice, because it gives you that sort of self-satisfaction and achievement. It's like, gosh, look at me, absolute boss in my calligraphy, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely. So if you fancy joining us on one of those, and you've been to one of our beginners, please do simply let us know. Or if you have no idea who we are, we're going to put a link in the bio of this so you can check out some of our classes if you fancy joining us.
Absolutely.
So that's a great segue into what we're going to be doing this summer, I feel, because we're going to go into some new places.
Absolutely.
Ranging right from the north.
Yeah, we do
down to
travel
the south.
about, aren't we? Little travel.
Yeah. So we're going to go to Edinburgh. Glasgow. Yeah.
We've been to Glasgow before for a couple of events, but this time we're going for a workshop at Cassart again, because it seems like we're trying to make it our mission to go to every single Cassart in the country at this point. But
road trip.
Road trip. By the train. We like to take a little
train trip.
And that's in a lovely spot, isn't it? It's right next to that awesome
museum.
art gallery.
Sorry.
I think they had like a Banksy exhibition on or something we went to last time.
Oh my god.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, because there's that statue with the guy with the cone on their head, and it's literally just there.
Yeah, apparently as soon as like that gets knocked off, or like somebody from the council like comes and take it off, somebody puts it on straight away. It's like a rotating thing.
It's just
apparently.
a thing. It's just a thing, which I love.
I'm excited to explore Glasgow more, because we were only there for like a day or so.
Yeah.
And it was super rainy and horrible, but we did make some nice videos. Everywhere we go, we've got to make videos.
Yeah, I know. Because it reminds me of the shirt you're wearing when we went to Ripley Castle.
That's
that for a
That's
video.
right.
So every outfit that we wear, it's like, oh, where did we wear this?
It's nice though, because I'm looking back and go, and then I wore this when we went to Italy as well.
Oh,
which is slightly different from Ripley Castle, but very nice.
Yeah, it was like the same weather though.
It was.
It was.
I thought I was going to be boiling, because looking at us too. We're always in those enormous jumpers, freezing cold. But I'm wearing a slightly summer outfit today.
I'm wearing a jumper.
But stripes again.
Just
they strike again with the stripes again. Whatever.
What's worse is I really liked it, but I feel like I should go, oh, Polly.
I'll take that as a win.
I'm like,
I'll
that's
take
really
it as a
good.
win. I can see there's a glimmer in your eyes.
Take it as a
That was
W.
funny. Wow, very modern lingo. Anyway, Ripley Castle.
Yes, Ripley Castle.
Ripley Castle has one of the best ice creams I think we've ever had. In
gosh.
Ripley, the actual town, at their county store.
I dream about that ice cream. Oh, spoiler.
Oh, the spoiler was the ice cream was really good.
I was you're trying to build it up as to what we're
Anyway,
talking about.
The ice cream
Yeah.
was really, really good.
Delicious. Rum and raisin from the Ripley County store. I think it's what it's called. It's just on the main street. Whilst you can still go, because we don't know what's happening with Ripley Castle and everything, so whilst you can still go, please do, because it's fantastic.
It was fantastic.
The sizes are massive for scale.
Okay.
And then
For scale?
For scale.
Sheesh.
Yes,
Wow.
please. But the flavours are fantastic. So rum and raisin
Caramel
for me, caramel for you.
Yeah.
Oh my, how amazing.
It was literally a perfect day because we went to Ripley Castle, had a lovely workshop. It was gorgeously sunny. I was wearing a lovely striped shirt, and we're in that garden room, which was like in the walled gardens, and it was just so perfect and picturesque. And then as soon as we finished the workshop, we literally quickly packed up the bags and ran across the road to go get the ice cream, which was the main reason I think we even went to Ripley in the first day. Not for the workshop, not for anything else, purely for the
just
ice
for
cream.
the ice cream.
It does seem like we sort of have some kind of notebook of the best ice creams in the country. That's going to be our next series, going around just
Grabs
ranking ice creams.
We should have like a food channel where all we do
Absolutely.
is just talk about that. But that's the whole sort of point though, isn't it?
Yeah.
We go and do the work, whether it's a workshop or it's an event, and then we go and see the surrounding areas,
love
get
that.
some food or get some sweet treats, even though you're not such a big sweet treat girl. But certain ice cream just hits the spot. And that's what we like to
We
do.
love it.
Yeah, that's what we like to do.
You get a bit of everything then. All the things that we like. Creating, food, travel, exploring,
making videos.
making videos. It's all our favourite things. And we really do travel the length of the country, which is so nice. And these workshops really have taken us to some fantastic places.
Because we started off our Cotswolds journeys a few years ago, and we first went to Dalesford Organic, which is super, super nice.
The farm shop.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
farm shop, and then later on we went to the London store. I'm going to say it was the Notting Hill, but it could have been
think it was.
Pimlico. I'm not quite sure, but I feel like maybe it was Notting Hill.
It was somewhere in West
It was
London.
someone... Oh,
Ooh.
who knows all the regions?
Who knows geography?
I'm just like, it's a very large city and it's just London.
Somewhere.
But speaking of that, you are really good on the tubes and the buses.
It's
You're
slightly
really good.
stressful, but we do have a good time.
Yeah. It's sort of like...
It's
just
sort of like we
wherever
like
we
look up
go.
how long it's going to take to get from like one place to another. It's like 15 minutes. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then you've got to get like all the way down the steps, and then as soon as you're in the tunnel, like hit with the wave of hot air, and you've got to get on the tube.
Made worse by the fact we've got all these heavy
Oh,
bags.
every single time we go to London, you sort of picture yourself before you go, and you're in
Yeah.
like your chic outfit with your nice handbag.
Yeah. what you see people on
What you see
Instagram
people
wearing,
wearing.
and you go,
You're like,
I'm wearing
"Wow,
that.
I've just
but
got my coat on and a nice little crossbody bag and my sunglasses." But whenever we go, we're always en route to somewhere, aren't we? So we've always got
Yeah.
either like a huge backpack on filled with work packs and inks, or like two big bags and like big coats on because we never know what weather to dress. It always seems to be freezing cold when we set off from home
boiling.
and then arrive, and it's the hottest day of the year in London.
I mean, we said that to one of the girls actually that came to the class because we said every time we come, it's always really warm.
I know.
And we seem to always like get the sort of wrong clothing.
So we're always boiling, and we've always
Yeah.
got far too many bags. So I think everybody hates us on that tube because we've got these big rucksacks on. It's
It's
like,
when you say Instagram videos, it's like, please take your
we're the
backpack
people
off.
that people talk about when they're like people on the tube that they hate. And it's like, take your backpack off, and it's like, I actually can't move. We're the people that they talk about when
Yeah,
they say.
and I should say it's those bigger Herschel backpacks, you know,
Yeah,
those
because
sort
we
of
need to
travelling
fit a lot of stuff in there.
So yeah, and then we usually probably got like Neptune bags as well at the
Yeah.
same time because they're always really sturdy.
They're very sturdy, excellent for travelling.
But yeah, no, we sort of have our country chic going
Yeah,
on.
so it's nice to be
Um,
outside of London and go into the Cotswolds and actually
Yeah,
have some room.
So
to
that is
breathe.
good because where are we going next? We're going to Highgrove.
Highgrove.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this because last time we went, it was me, you, Mum, and the dog Winnie, who made an appearance in the first episode.
Woof,
Do
woof.
you remember? Woof woof. Here she comes, coming.
Not again.
And we went and we stayed in that really cute Airbnb. It was like thatched house, sort of vibe.
Lovely.
Gorgeous. And then the night before, it was like, let's just check if you're actually allowed to take the dog. Bad news. No dogs allowed.
Heartbroken.
At the Highgrove estate. So I drew the short straw and said, I'll stay with my gorgeous puppy.
She's not a puppy.
She's not a puppy at all. She'll always be a puppy to me.
It's a little bit like my baby.
Always be my baby. So I drew the short straw, but this time we're actually going to go together, which is so lovely. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too.
And it's going to be summertime as well, so hopefully we can go around the gardens.
I can't wait to know what the room looks like, because you'll know from the pictures that it was all like decked out in like Christmas gear, obviously because it was our Christmas brush calligraphy. So I'm excited to see what the room looks like, because it's that one with the green walls.
Okay.
It was actually on Countryfile. I think it was in January time. So obviously when we saw it, we're like, ooh, look. So naturally I had to post about it on Instagram.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Me too. And it'd be really cool to see if there's any familiar faces who's been to our brush calligraphy, or maybe even who's joined us at Dalesford before.
Yeah.
Fancy coming to that, which
It's
is
lovely,
really
that element
nice.
of it.
Oh, yeah.
Having people come back.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing a few familiar faces is so
Definitely.
nice. Because there's always something you can do to like go a step further.
Yeah.
Or if you're not been doing it in a while, just come for a refresh. It's just nice.
Just come for a cup of tea and a
Yeah,
slice
just
of
come for a
cake.
chat. Do a bit of calligraphy on the side, but you're just there to have a
Come for a
chat.
hello. That's all right.
That's all right with us.
Yeah, that's fine. So we've talked about polar opposites, but we've actually missed out Manchester and Liverpool. So we wanted to explore a little bit more about that, because not people sort of, everybody's on about Manchester, but actually
Liverpool's a fantastic city.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get the credit I think it deserves to just be like so creative. There's so many creative people and places. I mean, we love going to Cassart, as you say. Been to all of them, all over the place.
second
but
home, really.
It really is, and we
Yeah.
love it in there. It's such a good energy in there. And they've got that really nice space at the end, which is where we give our workshops, but it also second as like an exhibition space, which is really cool to see, because each time we come, there's like a different artist like in residence there. So you get a really good range of like people doing more like oil painting arts, or photographers, or sometimes they got like kids ones in there, and it's so cute because you really get to like showcase different people from the area as well.
I love that.
Northern talent on display, which is really cool to see.
Because it's not just like, far and wide and all that. It's like from the area, which is super duper cool. Because we actually had one at Cassart, because it was
seems like such a long time ago.
Yeah, because it was sort of when we were sort of just like launching the calligraphy workshops, and it was all like these real large scale pieces, and that was sort of the beginning of when people were sort of realising that calligraphy, this card is so useful for examples. So the calligraphy isn't just, obviously this is beautiful, but like this small scale thing. It can be this martini. If you're listening on a podcast or thing, go onto the YouTube and then you can see this beautiful martini piece, which is all calligraphy, and it's all large scale, and it's like similar to when we did the Lowther quotes, massive chunky numbers,
like an aid, kind of this sort of size.
And it's like, well, that is calligraphy, it's just the style which varies. So that was fantastic when you had your exhibition. It's predominantly you, I would say.
It's my bag.
Yeah, because it's like bigger pieces,
stuff.
and it was really funky and cool, which was really nice. And there was some snazzy numbers as well in there, so that was lovely. And then following on from that, we have to talk, if we're going to talk about Liverpool and arts and creative and all that stuff, we've got to talk about Eurovision.
That was so exciting, wasn't it? There was just such a good vibe that summer, and it was like the whole city was like taken over with Eurovision, which is so nice, just to see everybody come in and like go, how have I never been here before? Because for some people, I think it was the first time they've ever been to Liverpool, and it was like such a nice surprise.
There's loads going on.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they even had like little stages and stuff, because I remember playing at one of them, and it was like to celebrate all the local and northern music and stuff. So they had like different stages set up all over the city.
That was cool.
And
it was nice
and galleries.
So it was fantastic, because you played originals, because some places only want covers, and you think, because people can like sing along, and they actually know it, so I get that. But also places like the Cavern want you to play originals. They want to see that what spark have you got, or what music have you got that we've never heard before? And it's like, ooh, that could be the next big thing. So that was nice when you played at the festivals, because it was like, oh, original music, and obviously we created more content whilst we were there. Obviously,
you know
it would be a shocker if we didn't. It'd be like, ooh, why not? So that was really, really nice. And so we're also going to go into the neighbouring northwest city of Manchester. So we go there for lots of events, I would say. Obviously, we go for workshops, but our number one lettering artist here does lots of events. So whether it's for like Selfridges or even like individual brands itself, lots of stuff happens in Manchester, as well as Liverpool, because I know you've done some like...
I mean, we have been to the swankiest of hotels in Manchester, sort of like rocking off, like it's like you're not actually staying there, you're just doing the gig,
you're just actually working.
But what a lovely evening we usually have.
Oh yeah,
do there, do some calligraphy, and we're always meeting people when we're there, which is so lovely. And to see like your calligraphy or something being personalised or a gift or something done in front of you is like a nice thing to watch as well for the people at the event.
It's just an added element to the experience, because obviously you could do something like beforehand, but whilst you're doing it and sort of saying, oh, my name's Hannah, can you do write Hannah on it? And then literally you're seeing it come to life, either engraving or in calligraphy, and you think, wow, all done and dusted, there you go. It's really fantastic.
It's really cool, but a lot of pressure for me as well, when usually there's like 50 people all like watching like a hawk, or everybody's got their phones on with like the flashlight on,
and when there's like the professional videographer there as well,
especially when it's the engraving, because you only get one shot of that. There's none of the Posca stuff where you kind of put it on because it's chalk based, it wipes off. Engraving, one shot, the drill is like zzz, so loud, everybody's looking, because it's like, what's that really loud noise? It's me,
it's Polly in the
and everybody's looking, so don't mess it up, but I don't think there's ever been a time.
No, that's why you're the number one. That's why you're the
Nerves of steel.
Star of the show, Polly Bella, just cracks on with it, whatever it is.
And you're somewhere in the background
making videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I love travelling about, because we're always obviously making videos in different places. And yeah, the Cotswolds, obviously, one of our favourite spots. And aside from doing the workshops there, we love to stay in like little villages. Stow on the Wall, gorgeous. Borton on the Water, another fantastic ice cream.
We could just list all the little villages and go.
That's the next episode. Just a top tier ranking of the best ones, I think, in the country.
They're all in the top 10.
And Broadway, that was another one, because
definitely.
That's just so picturesque. That's really like when you think the Cotswolds, that's literally it come to life. And we went at Christmas time as well, so it's just like extra magical, and you got to like think the whole like road was like streamed in like lights, and they had a big Christmas tree, and there's bits of snow on the ground. I literally felt like I was in the holiday. So we didn't see Jude Law though, but
no,
whatever.
But yeah.
But we did go in that really nice tea room, get a scone.
That's fantastic. Scone. Let's not have this debate, because we're two northern girls,
and we have the same voice, so I think
we're clearly just gonna go for scone.
3, 2, 1, scone.
Ooh, might drop.
But you didn't expect that, did you? No, scones, jam, cream, delicious. And
Wait,
that lovely
jam and then cream.
Scone. Oh no, scone. Well, you like butter then cream. I think you're only supposed to pick one. But it's scone, cream, and jam.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
I think you're only supposed to pick one, but
it's one of the
fine.
other.
Scone, warm. Do you know they have really nice scones at the Clifton Arms in London?
Yeah. Don't tell everyone.
Oh, sorry. Don't go. We're gatekeeping.
No, they are delicious.
They are really good.
They are really good.
Scones was really nice. But elsewhere in Broadway, they got lovely shops there. And I didn't know that they had an ochre there until last time we went. And we were walking up the road, and I'm thinking, oh, it's just going off into houses. And then it was like at the end, I was like,
hello.
Ochre, we know you. Because we've done a lot of stuff with them. And it's always been so great. They've got the coolest shops ever. But that's the only problem. When you go into like their homeware stores, you literally want everything. And I don't think that's going to happen for me right now.
Not at the moment.
But it really does feel like you're like stepping into a Nancy Myers film.
100%.
Doesn't it? They got the cool stuff in there.
Because the vibe is like a bit eclectic, but it all matches. So I really like that. Yeah. That's really, really
They've got
cool.
fantastic like print designers in there as well. Fantastic wallpapers and cushions and everything. It's like dream.
This is not an advert.
This is not an advert, but we do love you guys.
But we love it because we've done some stuff in the north at Knutsford, at Harrogate, and then also back down in Chelsea, which was really, really nice. That was
Which
at
is
Christmas
huge,
time. That's
huge
a massive.
store.
I think it's a flagship one because it's
Definitely.
2 floors. Because normally it's in like sort of like an old sort of Georgian house, whereas this is sort of like a more modern
modern,
store,
yeah.
which is really, really nice. So yes,
And we did a workshop in there.
yes, we did downstairs. Oh no, there's 3 floors.
There is.
There
It
is.
really is massive.
Wow.
But that was another one because we did the thing that we went exploring afterwards. Obviously went for lunch. That really nice Jack's or Zach's or something. Again, it was Christmas time.
Yeah.
So it was really nice vibes there as well. all revolves around doing the workshop, leaving, exploring, getting something to eat.
Yeah.
That's literally us summed up. I
Making
think.
sure everybody's had a great time. Feeling really satisfied. Then we leave, have loads to eat,
Yeah.
wander about, maybe take some pictures, and then go, oh, that's lovely, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
So, yeah, that's fantastic. So I feel like most of the episodes are just going to be us saying where we've been, saying where we should go to eat, or what snacks to
Basically
get.
telling me you've got to go to this place.
Yeah.
Not even like giving them recommended. You were like, you've got to go.
You've got to go.
You've got to go there.
You can. Please do go to the Ripley Castle place. It's just fantastic.
You've got to go to the castle. Got to go around the grounds. Maybe get a cup of coffee in the restaurant and then go to
be honest,
the Ripple Castle store.
eh,
The ice cream.
Go to the country store.
I was trying to say go to Ripley Castle.
Just go and get the ice
You
cream.
could just drive through Ripley, get the ice cream, and leave.
Obviously, yes, but mainly
Yeah,
snacks and sweet
fantastic.
treats.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that concludes this
absolutely.
chunky number of the podcast, and then we'll be right back after another little short musical interlude.
So that wraps up episode 3 of Create with Mates. How exciting!
That's fantastic.
That's
well
really
done, us.
And well done for the listeners for sticking through this one. I think this one's a bit longer than the other two because we really did gab on about whatever. I don't
I
even
think
know.
we've touched on quite a few topics.
I know.
So we're eating away at our little notepad now. It's like one topic per episode. But
We've
today
completely
we've
run out of ideas now.
thrown that out the
Yeah,
window.
absolutely. So if anybody has any ideas,
Please do
or
let us know.
anything you want us to talk about in future episodes, please do let us know.
Yes.
We'd love that.
That would be rather helpful.
Absolutely. Anyway, I've had a really good time this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, maybe had a bit of a laugh just like we have.
Yeah.
So keep subscribed for episode 4 and we'll see you soon.